Williamson County Commission meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is the invocation by Commissioner Dwight Jones and the pledge to the flag by Commissioner Doug Langston. Please stand.
Let us pray. Our Father which art in heaven, thank you, Lord, for this day that you have blessed us with. Lord, please be with this county commission as we make decisions that will affect this wonderful people of this great county. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful county you have blessed us with, also this great country, and for our freedoms we have to be able to walk the land. Be with our soldiers and protect them and bring them home. We have several who have lost loved ones. Please comfort them as only you know how. And in Jesus' name, please, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we have roll call. If you're present, push your yes button and confirm. Tom? All right. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 present, 3 absent. Commissioner Birdshaw, Commissioner Hawkins, and Commissioner Ryan.
And I've heard from all those, Commissioner Hawkins will not be here. Commissioner Ryan is running late, and Commissioner Chalifant is at a meeting in Brentwood and will be here as soon as it's over. So, thank you. Next, we have the approval of minutes of the regular County Commission meeting, May 12, 2014. Copies were mailed to each member. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Wilson, the second. Any changes, deletions? I see none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? They pass. Next, we have introduction and acceptance of the Highway Commission minutes. Each copies were also mailed to each commissioner. I'll entertain a motion. Commissioner Dwight Jones, Commissioner Tommy Little, the second. All in favor of those signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. Next, we have citizens communication, and I don't believe we have any. All right, moving on to communications and messages. First item I'd like to mention is we have Resolution 6-1420. We would like to move that up to the front. The person that's here probably would get restless. So if there's no complaints there, we will move that up. So 620 will be our first resolution. 6-1420, I'm sorry, will be the first resolution that we will hear. So we'll move that up forward. Next, also, I'd like to thank Deputy John Burks and Deputy Stephen Brogdon for being here from the Sheriff's Department, and the Sheriff's in the back too. Also like that. Next, we have a proclamation. We'll get these a little out of order. Commissioner Bethard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At the last month's commissioner meeting, Dr. Looney had announced some news that I think all of us were taken aback by. I know I was. It was hard to imagine and conceive. And over the course of the following weeks, I talked to our Mayor, Rogers Anderson, and thought that if ever there was a place for a proclamation for our schools, tonight would be it. So if I could have Chairman Pat Anderson and the rest of the school board members come up, I'll read this proclamation on behalf of the County Commission. As they come up, there's quite a lot here. There's been a lot of achievements that I want to recognize them for. I know that all the commissioners do. And so I'll go through these and and then we'll congratulate each of the school board members, as well as acknowledge the fact that this takes an effort of family, parents, teachers, faculty, school board, and staff. Whereas Williamson County, Tennessee continues to experience tremendous growth, largely as a result of the excellent performance of its schools, and whereas Williamson County Schools' nearly 35,000 students excel in academic achievement and growth measures at the elementary, middle, and high school levels, including TCAP, ACT, advanced placement, and other measures of examples of success that include the following. Williamson County School students ranked first in the state in 2013 TCAP scores, earning all A's in both achievement and growth. 26 Williamson County schools were named 2013 Reward Schools by the Tennessee Department of Education for being among the top 5% of schools in the state in annual academic growth and/or achievement. 68 Williamson County school students were named National Merit Finalists in the past 2 years. In the state where all students must take the ACT as a graduation requirement, Williamson County students set a new district record by averaging a composite ATC score of 23.4 in 2013, outscoring both the state and national averages of 19.5 and 20.9 respectively. Data for 2014 projects another increase in ACT scores, including 7 students who have already earned a perfect 36 composite score. Williamson County Schools class of 2014 was offered a total of $123 million in scholarships. Whereas Williamson County has achieved these top results while ranking in the most recent TEA reports as 74th in pupil expenditures among Tennessee's 136 public school districts. And whereas most recently, data from SchoolDigger.com, an independent media site reporting information on more than 136,000 schools across the U.S., establishes that Williamson County Schools is the #1 ranked public school district in the nation, servicing over 20,000 students. So now, therefore, be it resolved that the Williamson County Board of Commissioners, meeting in this regular session this 9th day of June 2014, hereby publicly acknowledges and applauds the most recent achievement of Williamson County Schools as being the #1 district in the United States with more than 20,000 students. It is my honor and my privilege to present this to the school board and to the chairman, Ms. Pat Anderson.
Go ahead.
Chairman Walton and Commissioner Bethard and Commissioners, thank you so very much for this honor that you've bestowed on this board this evening. As you know, many of you sitting around this table, this board has long believed that this district was destined for greatness. In January of 2011, after months of meetings across our district with all of our stakeholders, the board adopted the Williamson County Strategic Plan, which has served as our district's guide through the year 2017. Under that plan, we have made remarkable progress towards achieving those goals, and this honor that you've bestowed on us this evening clearly demonstrates this community's commitment to and support of public education. All the puzzle pieces have been brought together under the incredible leadership of Dr. Looney, the board, our incredible administration, our staff. We have the very best teachers in the country who motivate, inspire, and encourage our students each and every day. And we have a county commission that supports our work. And that makes all of this the most awesome team that anyone could ever hope to have. So I want to thank you so much for bestowing this honor on us this evening. We could not do it without your help and support. And I'd like to take a moment to introduce the board members that were able to join me here this evening. We have Ken Peterson, Janice Mills, Sherry Hammond, Rick Wimberly, and Vicki Vogt. I didn't miss anybody, did I? No? So I want to thank them for being here this evening as well, and thank you again. We appreciate your support.
We have another proclamation tonight, and at this time, if we could have the people from W Cares come forward. Thank you. This proclamation is declaring June 22nd through June 28th, 2014 Amateur Radio Week. Whereas there are several hundred federally licensed amateur radio operators who reside in Williamson County and surrounding counties, many of whom are active members of the Williamson County Amateur Radio Emergency Service, or W Cares, and whereas W Cares members have constantly demonstrated their commitment to public service by willingly volunteering their time and personal radio equipment in order to provide a source of reliable communications support for the benefit of the citizens of Williamson County, following natural disasters or during other public emergency situations. And whereas, in addition to their regular participation in local emergency communications training exercises for several years, W Cares members have actively participated in an annual 24-hour nationwide communications exercise called Field Day. Coordinated by the American Radio Relay League, the National Association for Amateur Radio, and whereas the 2014 Field Day exercise will take place on June 28th through 29th. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this Board of Commissioners meeting in regular session this 9th day of June 2014 hereby proclaims the week of June 22nd through June 28th, 2014 as Amateur Radio Week. In recognition of and appreciation for the continuing public service contributions made by Williamson County amateur radio operators who represent a reliable source of emergency communication support, and call upon all citizens of Williamson County to join us in this worthy tribute. Thank you.
I made some notes. I've never had a chance to talk in front of a commission before. Thank you all very much. We very much appreciate the recognition. My name is Don Workman. I'm one of the assistant emergency coordinators for W Cares. I'm also the chairman for this year's Field Day activities, as was mentioned here. I'd like to take a very short minute to do two things. Number one, I want to thank all of you for the support that we receive from the county. We could not do our job without the support that we get, and you may not realize it, but it is unique across the amateur radio world for us to get the type of support that we do from the county. I especially want to thank Bill Jorgensen and his team in the emergency communications area. We could not do what we do during tornadoes, earthquakes, floods, and all that other. We're the guys that get out of bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and go out and set up our trucks and our vehicles and provide communications to get information back and forth. The second thing I want to do is to invite all of you and everybody in Williamson County to come out to Field Day. A lot of people don't know what we're all about. You know, people think we're CB guys. We're not. This year we're going to be at Freedom Middle School on June 28th and 29th. The support from Franklin Special School District has been incredible. We'll be there from 1 p.m. on Saturday, 24 hours nonstop until 1 p.m. on Sunday. If you can only come by for a few minutes, swing by, look for me, look for the public information table. We'll be more than happy to show you around, show you our antennas, our equipment, our rigs. We even have a station set up for those of you that are not licensed, and we'll let you make a contact. You can talk to somebody in Spokane, Washington, Destin, Florida. Who knows where we end up. So we invite all of you to come on out. And again, thank you very much to you and to the county for the support that we receive.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Dan.
Yep. I just wanted, in regards to that field day, I just want to add 2 cents of support. I've been to the field day before with my whole family, and it was very impressive. And I learned that you can actually send an email without the internet. Think about that. Wrap your brain around that. So you can send an email without the internet because you can do it over radio waves. It's very interesting. If you've got kids or scouts in your family, I encourage you to go.
Thank you. Moving along, next we have reports of county offices. County Mayor Rogers Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll have Nina come up and give us a picture of our financial shape here.
Thank you, Mayor and Commission. This evening in your packets, we have our normal monthly reports. You will find the report for the Cool Springs Conference Center for the month of April. We received $11,630.42 to the county. We have our April privilege tax report. We collected $1.5 million for the month of April in privilege taxes. And you have your April budget report for month end. We're tracking on target for everything for this time of year. You will notice something a little different down in the appropriations in the general debt service fund. There's a negative in a remaining budget. We have 2 resolutions coming forward tonight, 61410 and 61411. Those are for the 6-month interest payments that become due for the November bond issuance. And once those are posted, that will be taken care of in that service, in the general debt service fund. Does anyone have any questions?
Anyone have questions for Nina? I see none. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have nothing else to report. I'll try to address any questions you may
Okay.
have.
Anyone have questions for the mayor? I see none. Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Dr. Mike Looney, Director of Schools.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see you. We have 3 resolutions before you tonight. Appreciate your kind consideration of those. School is out. We are engaged in professional development activities for all of our employees. And I just want to put you on notice this evening that we are changing the way that we live in Williamson County Schools. Our slogan is going to be nice. And so we are going to be asking you to submit your T-shirt size, and we will be providing you with a non-taxpayer funded T-shirt to wear for our inaugural event. So make sure that you turn your T-shirt size in. That is going to be our way of doing business moving forward. Be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Commissioner Danner.
Dr. Looney, thank you very much for getting the report cards out sooner than you had even said in the Education Committee. As a mom looking for one of those report cards, I was pleasantly surprised and happy to get it last week. Second question, this is, you may not know this yet, but you said you got a peek at the TCAP scores. Statewide, do you think we'll be #1 in 2014 again?
I believe that Williamson County Schools will remain or maintain its status of being #1 in the state.
I'm being nice.
And it's sticking. I like it. Me too.
Commissioner Hester.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to express my concern about Resolution 614.3 and the additional expense that we had with posting the scores, that $113,617 from the operating budget for teachers to enter test scores. Were these scores, TCAP scores from the state? Am I correct in that information, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I can speak to that now with your permission. The state gave us notice at the very end of the school year that they would not meet the timeline required by Tennessee law, and that is to turn the TCAP scores back into the school system so we could then in turn calculate the student's final grade. Tennessee law and Williamson County School Board policy requires that a portion of the TCAP score count as a portion of student's grade. As a result of that, we had a couple of options. None of them were really good options. The option that we decided on was to keep our word to our families and to our students, and that is their hard work should count, and all the preparation they did for TCAP should count as part of the grade. They had been expecting it. The teachers were gone on vacation already, and as a result, we needed to bring them back for one day. Just as a side note, I do plan on sending an invoice to the Department of Education. I'm not sure whether we'll recover it or not. It might require a collection agency, but we're certainly going to pursue it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Langston?
Dr. Looney, have report cards already gone out?
They have as of this week, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any further questions for Dr. Looney? I see none. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other committee wishing to report at this time? I see none. One thing I forgot under communications and messages about our groundbreaking for the public safety building that was today, and it was canceled due to the, not canceled, but postponed due to the weather today. So it's rescheduled for June 18th at 4 p.m. and it's at 304 Beasley Drive. And you go south on Columbia Avenue, turn right on Beasley, which is just across from Lenny's Sub Shop. I guess he'll send us a check for that promotion. The new City of Franklin and the new City of Franklin Public Works facility. If you get to the red light at Century Court, you've gone one block too far. So kind of give you an idea where it is, and hope to see everybody there. All right, moving along. Next, we have elections and appointments. First one is Williamson County Convention and Visitors Bureau of Directors, 3-year term expiring June of 2017. Term expiring Ray Little, Mary Mills, and Steve Smith. Nominees Jill Bergen, Brian Bethard, Steve Smith. Commissioner Hayes and Commissioner Cook. Are there any other nominees? I see none. All in favor of these nominees signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And they're confirmed. Do what? Are any of these people present? I know the commissioners, Brian and Steve, are. Jill, I didn't see Jill.
She had a Brentwood.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Well, congratulations. Next, we have Emergency Communications District Board of Directors, 4-year term expiring 3 of 2018. Alan Lovett, nominee Alan Lovett. Commissioner Wilson, Commissioner Little. The motion. Any other nominees? I see none. All in favor of Alan Lovett signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Alan? You want to stand up? So, or you're welcome to speak if you want to. Thank you. Disciplinary Review Board, 2-year term expiring 6 of 2016. Term expiring Deborah Rogers. Nominee Deborah Rogers. I'll entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Wilson, Commissioner Green, the second. Any other nominees? I see none. All in favor of Deborah Rogers signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? She is confirmed. Equalization Board, 2-year term expiring 5 of 2016. Brentwood Representative Emil Mungin. Term expiring. Nomination Emil Mungin. Commissioner Cook, Commissioner Ford, the second. Any other nominations? I see none. All in favor of Mr. Mungin signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And he is confirmed. Independent Audit Committee, 3-year term expiring 6 of 2017. Term expiring Paul Bolin. Nomination Paul Bolin.
Move for
Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Beathard, second. Any other nominations?
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a question?
Sure.
The independent audit committee, that's for the audit for the county? And is this Paul Bolin the same Paul Bolin that's the CFO for the hospital?
I think so.
Is there not any conflict there, or is there no one that's not associated with another asset that we already own? That seems odd to me. No?
No conflict.
Okay.
All in favor of Paul Bolin, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
I'd like to abstain.
Okay. All right. Library Board of Trustees, 3-year terms expiring 6 of 2017, term expiring Marcia Franks, endorsed McMillan. Nominees Terry Hood, endorsed McMillan. Mr. Barnwell, Commissioner, who was the second? Mr. Hayes. Any other nominees? I see none. If you're in favor of Terry Hood, endorsed McMillan, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Yes.
Could we do this next appointments on an individual basis?
Yes. Ms. Hood, are you here? Would you like to stand?
I think I've been set up. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
That's
And-
me.
All right. Tell Eddie we said hello.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, next we have a Hospital Board of Trustees, and we've been asked to do these individually. We have 3-year terms expiring 5 of 2017. The first one, at large, Russell Little, term expiring, nominee Russell Little.
Move for approval. Second.
Beathard and Smith, okay. Any other nominees? I see none. All in favor of Russell Little signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
I'd like to abstain.
Okay. Next, Districts 4 and 12, term expiring Cheryl Wilson, nominee Cheryl Wilson.
Move for approval. Second.
Beathard and Green. Any other nominations?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to nominate Greg Lawrence for this position.
Second.
And with a comment, please.
Okay.
Nothing against Commissioner Wilson, but she obtained this position as a county commissioner. I believe that her replacement on this commission, Mr. Lawrence, should be given that position on the board. We're getting extremely low on commission representation on this board. If this goes through with Commissioner Wilson, there will only be 2 county commissioners on this board. It almost looks like the board is trying to eliminate any county commission oversight over this board. And I think it's imperative upon us. The 57 Private Act allowed us to have 4 commissioners on this board. And now that it's owned by the county, we should probably have more than 4 commissioners on this board. But up until about 3 years ago, or 3 years ago, there were 4 commissioners on this board, and I think it's imperative that we get back to that position, because, and nothing against Commissioner Wilson, it's just that she's retiring off the commission, and I don't think 2 county commissioners on this board is representing the taxpayers and the residents of this community well enough. Thank you.
All right. We just voice vote? Please, okay. All in favor of Commissioner Cheryl Wilson signify by saying aye. Aye. Can we see a show of hands? Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. Did you count me?
No, sir.
Okay, 18. So, all right, so Commissioner Wilson is confirmed.
Get your negative votes so they can go on record.
Oh, okay. And,
Votes for Lawrence.
okay. If you're in favor of Greg Lawrence, raise your hand.
Aye.
2, 3. Okay, all right. All right. Moving on, districts 7 and 8. Oh, Cheryl Wilson is confirmed. District 7 and 8, term expiring, Commissioner Bert Chalifant, nominee Bert Chalifant. I'll entertain a motion. Commissioner Davis, a second. Any other nominees? Commissioner Brockman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have another nominee. I just wanted to ask the question since it was brought up about the makeup of the board for the hospital. Explain just briefly, if you could, about the districts and the at-large positions and how they were represented. Because in the case of Bert Chalfant, he's representing Districts 7 and 8. How does that work, Jeff?
The board is made up of, I believe, 12 individuals by private act. One of those is the immediate past chief of staff. One of them is a medical staff representative, and the rest of those are divided into 2 classes. One of those are the at-large classes, of which you had 1 elected tonight, and the remaining districts, 6 seats, are by paired districts. And if you remember, after the reapportionment, the hospital bylaws were amended and brought back to this body for approval with the new pairings to match the new districts, and these were the districts that were in fact paired in that document.
All right. And everyone is in a 3-year term position on that board?
Correct. And the paired districts are staggered so that 2 of the paired districts, in this case 4 and 12 and 7 and 8, come up in 1 year.
Okay.
2 more paired districts will be next year, 2 more paired districts the year following, so that you have a stagger on the board.
And then to Bob's question about the makeup in terms of the county commissioners, there can be there are 4, but it doesn't stipulate that we have to have a representative, or at least 1, I don't know.
No, it says that you can have up to 4 members of the county commission on the hospital board. And the reason that it was limited at 4 was there was a case several years ago where if you have too many county commissioners on the board, it becomes an alter ego and they become county officials, so the commissioners could not serve because they could not hold 2 county offices at the same time. So it has to be limited in representation to avoid making it a county official.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Did we confirm Commissioner Chalfant? We did. Or no?
We haven't.
All in favor of Commissioner Chalfant signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Commissioner Chalfant's confirmed. Moving on to the consent agenda. All we have there is notaries. So, is that loaded, Ashley? Okay, it's on the machine. So if you're in favor of the consent agenda, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Oh, okay. Now we're going to move up Resolution 1420. Well, we've already passed that. So we're good. Back here. No, I moved it up. No, I put it back here. All right. We're on Resolution 61420. Resolution accepting a donation of a K-9 from Nashville K-9 on behalf of the Williamson County Sheriff's Department. Law Enforcement Committee.
Move for approval. Move for approval.
Commissioner Jones, I'm sorry.
Move.
Commissioner Herbert, the second. Law Enforcement Committee.
4 in favor, 0 against.
Budget Committee.
3 for, 0 against.
All right. Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
The sheriff said Nashville K-9 gave us a donation of this dog for its value to $15,000. The sheriff may want to speak to this, but you see K-9 here, and the sheriff does a good job of finding donations, and I think Ammo will be a good addition to our staff.
Sheriff, would you like to come up?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, pursuant to your approval, hopefully, of this, I'll introduce Deputy Ammo to you in just a second. I'll allow you to vote first.
Any discussion on the canine dog? I guess if you oppose him, he'll sick you.
I have a foolish question.
All right, go ahead.
Sheriff, this is a gift from Nashville, obviously. Do we have anyone trained to use the dog?
I'm going to introduce to you Deputy Keith Bennett, who will be the handler for ammo, and he will receive the training here in just a few days, starting tomorrow, matter of fact.
All right, any other questions? I see none. All in favor of Resolution 6-1420, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, I'd like to introduce Ali Himyari with Nashville K-9, and he has our new deputy, Ammo, which is a Belgian Shepherd that's worth $15,000. This is a donation to Williamson County from Mr. Himyari. Deputy Keith Bennett, as I said, will be the handler of this. This will be under the supervision of Captain Roddy Parker, who is over our patrol division. As you know, we have currently 3 K-9s. One we're retiring due to some health problems, so this will replace Cash, if you remember Cash. So we have 2 active ones, and then now Deputy Ammo will become a deputy of the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. And I think at this time we want to do a demonstration. Sure. Do a little demonstration for you, if you don't mind.
Sure he knows we voted for him. Well, good evening. My name is Ali. This is Ammo. He is a Belgian Shepherd. I'm going to show him off for you guys a little bit. I see. Oh. I see. Okay. Okay. So, please. Good boy. Good. I see. Okay. Cross. Hey. Cross. Cross. And no matter where I go, Ammo's eyes are going to be on me. So it doesn't matter if I'm inside, out of sight, but you'll see his head turn off. You'll see his head turn wherever I go. And then his reward after we're finished with all this is going to be his ball. Okay. This is the heel position. He needs to follow my left leg no matter what I do. So if I go forward, he's got to go forward. If I go backward, he's got to go backward. He'll sit when I stop. If I ask him to come in between my legs, he'll come in between my legs. Keep on. Let's go back this way so everybody can see him. Good boy. Yeah, man. Up. And no matter what I ask him to do, he has to listen to. So I'll ask him to stand, son. Good. I'll ask him to lay down. Up. I'll ask him to sit. Assis. Assis. That's pushing around. And then again, I'll bring her back into heel position. Okay. And you'll notice that his eye contact is on me. And so we have some two-way dialogue with our eyes. And I'll just start walking. Okay. And I'll cross. Cross. Good boy, cross. Good, cross. And now I'm just going to play with him this little lacrosse ball. This is his toy that he wins. I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody has. Ammo is trained as an apprehension, tracking, and narcotics dog. So he's ready to go, ready for the streets. Just the deputy has to go through some training and certification, and he'll be ready to rock and roll. He's roughly 21 months.
And he's a Belgian Shepherd. They call him Belgian Malinois Shepherd. So if you've heard the name Malinois, this is what they refer to. A lot of police departments and military is going to this type of dog. They look very similar in stature to German Shepherd, except their coats are a lot shorter, and they got a lot more energy. Yeah, just what you need for working all day.
When did they retire?
When typically, I would say like 10, 11. Yeah, depending on their quality of life. So if they're taking a lot of jumps and stuff, just like my joints are starting to hurt when I get out of bed, when he gets 10, 11 years old, it'll be the same way.
What was the language of your commands?
It's a combination of 3 languages, which I was talking to the deputy who's taking him over, told him I'd have to write it out for him, but French, German, and Czech are his 3 commands. So he can't speak it, but he can understand it. Good questions. What else can I answer for you guys? He's going to be a great addition to the county. He's going to be just an awesome dog for demonstrations to the public, for the kids and schools and things like that. You guys can bring him around and he can show him off and do the same demonstration I did for you, plus more. And he's also going to keep all the citizens in the county safe.
Could you tell us about your organization?
Sure. My organization is called Nashville Canine. We're a high-end dog training company. We're located in Nashville, and we train a lot of dogs for law enforcement, personal protection dogs, as well as people's pets. So we handle all training from ground up, and we do it all in-house. And then at the end, we will teach that department if they don't have the resources. Williamson County does. But a lot of the smaller departments don't have those resources. We then train them and take them through all the certifications and put them out on the street. Yes.
How long will it take for him to divorce you and adopt the new handler?
I think in total, the whole process would be less than 2 months. Yeah. I think that the first couple weeks he'll be good with the new handler. It's really the handler learning what he knows. So we have a somewhat green deputy, and so Emma's going to be learning him some things. Great question.
Will he live with his handler?
Yes, absolutely. And he'll love him just as much as he loves me. You see that he wants to please interact, and he'll do anything for me, but he'll be the same way for him.
Thank you very much for the information.
Thank you.
Did Cash go home with their handler?
Yes. Yes.
I'll worry about that.
Answer any others?
Thank you, Ollie.
Back down to reality. Resolution 614-1, requested by the Board of Education. Resolution requesting the Williamson County Commission's approval of an intent to fund $40 million to partially fund the construction of Nolensville High and Mill Creek Elementary Middle School buildings.
Move for
Mr.
approval.
Barwell.
Move for approval.
Mr. Davis, the second. School Board, 10 yes, 0 no. Education Committee.
7-4, 0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, this is the second phase of the construction of these schools out in Nolensville. The first phase was the land purchase and design portion. This is going to be the kickoff of the construction side of this thing. We want to get these schools open by 2016, I believe, and we need to kick this off and get it rolling so they'll be ready.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. Ready to vote? If you're in favor of Resolution 614-1, signify by pushing your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Commissioner Jones, did you have a comment? Okay. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-2, resolution amending the 2013-2014 general purpose school budget, $8,000 for additional special education expenses from additional BEP funds. Commissioner Barnwell?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Wilson, the second. School Board, 11 yes, 0 no. Education Committee?
7 yes, 0 no.
Budget Committee?
3 yes, 0 no.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, this is just some mileage expenses related to having to travel around to speak with the psychologist, having to speak with students at different schools, and it's a minor thing coming out of basic education funds.
All right. Any questions? Commissioner Jones?
Yes, Dr. Looney, I don't know. You might not know exactly. I've heard some different numbers here lately. What's the status on the BEP mix-up, for lack of better words, from the state? The $3 million you talked about being short. I've heard it's not necessarily $3 million now. Is that accurate, or?
Thank you for your question, Commissioner. It's still $3 million. The May number, unless, Leslie, have you gotten another number in yet? You have? So is it $3 million still, or? The April number was $3 million more than the May number, and even the most recent number, so it's going to be $3 million.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-2, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-3, resolution appropriating $113,617 within the 2013-14 general purpose school operating budget from undesignated fund balance for additional money for teachers to enter test scores to calculate grades. Commissioner Barnwell?
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Don't have the school board numbers, but I know it passed. Education Committee?
7 for, 0 against.
Budget Committee?
3 yes, 0 no.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, I don't believe I can add anything to what Dr. Looney's already stated. Maybe my next job can be collection agent.
Any discussion? Commissioner Langston?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. When I first saw this item, I had a little bit of a concern. I'd read about it in the paper, of the fact that we hadn't gotten scores out and that counties were going to be a little bit late dealing with this. And I apologize to Commissioner Barnwell and his committee that I was not able to attend that meeting, but I do have some questions now in regard to that, because it was my understanding that the grades would not be sent out until this had been calculated into the formula. Have the report cards gone out with these grades already calculated in?
The teachers had until this Friday, this coming up Friday, to get the work done. My understanding is that most of the report cards have been sent home.
So the fact is then this money is being done after the fact.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
And so we really, the teachers have done the work, right?
Yes, sir.
Report cards have been sent out, and now we're considering whether we're going to pay for that extra time.
Well, and unfortunately, I don't think you were at the meetings.
No, I wasn't.
This resolution is really an act of transparency more than anything else. As we had described in the previous Education and Budget Committee meeting, we felt like the money was there, but we were trying to do it in as transparent as possible so nobody could argue that people didn't know about it.
And it also allowed us to document what it's costing us to do this unfunded mandate from the state.
Well, I appreciate that fact, but it was, again, my understanding that the money was necessary in order to pay the teachers to come in and do the work. That was the way it was presented to me. But that work has already been done at this time, so why do we need the money?
Well, the money is necessary for to do the work. The teachers have not been paid yet. They're expecting to be paid.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-3, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
20 yes, 1 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-5, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 excess risk insurance in the Highway Department Fund totaling $100,000, revenues to come from fund balance. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval.
Second. Mr. Dwight Jones, the second. Purchasing and Insurance Committee. Did it go to P&I?
540.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Steve. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, they anticipate that the claims for the end of the year to be higher than they have budgeted, so they're wanting to put this in there to make sure that they don't go over what the budget amount is.
Okay. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-5, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-6, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 County Commission tax relief for the elderly budget by $190,000, revenues to come from unappropriated county general funds. Commissioner Little? Commissioner Hester, the second. Herbert, the second. I'm sorry. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, this is our tax relief program inside the county. We have 3 different ones. The number of people participating has exceeded, and this is needed to appropriate into the budget to cover.
Commissioner Hayes?
I thought you might be interested that 1,192 people have taken advantage of some tax relief program, and I think we as a commission can be very proud that 1,992 people have gotten some help because of some actions that the state and that we have made. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions? Commissioner Barnwell?
So what does this bring the total for this year? About $500,000 or?
Commissioner, it's probably greater than $500,000 on all 3 of the programs we have going on. Although Judy is correct, it does serve well over 1,000 people, but all 3 programs.
Right, but we do have some budget funds, and this is just the excessive amount.
Yes, ma'am. Say that again, Bob.
This is, I seem to remember we budgeted like 360 or 350.
That's correct. Hold on a minute, I can get you that number. Do you know how much we budget? You know, this is kind of a clearing out at the end of the process because of audit.
Well, it's a good program.
We originally budgeted $390,000, so that would bring it up to $580,000.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-6, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-7, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 County General Miscellaneous Budget by $75,000, revenues to come from unappropriated county general funds. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Green, the second. Budget Committee?
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, the Cool Springs Conference Center has currently had losses equaling about $73,800, and it's possible they could have losses by the end of the year, and this is to make sure we have enough money in that line item if there are losses.
Okay. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-7, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, please do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Okay, 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution 614-8, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Rural Debt Service budget by $8,500 for Trustees Commission. Revenues to come from unappropriated fund balance. Commissioner Little.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Cook, the second. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, anytime we have to raise our commission line item, our trustees commission line item, it means we have received more money than we budgeted. That's always a good thing. And this is putting that money into the budget.
Very good. Any discussion? Questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-8, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-9, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 County General Fund by $20,000 for Trustees Commission, revenues to come from unappropriated fund balance. Commissioner Little.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Cook, the second. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
This is the same thing for the County General Fund.
All right. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-9, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-10, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 General Debt Service Fund by $430,955 for interest payments, revenues to come from undesignated fund balance. Commissioner Little.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Cook, the second. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, this is the interest payments that Nina had talked about earlier, going into the budget for this year.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-10, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time.
Greg. Thank you.
Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-11, resolution transferring funds between major categories within the 2013-14 General Debt Service Fund of $673,300 for interest payments. Commissioner Little.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Cook, the second. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yeah, again, this is interest payments on the bonds, and we are transferring it from one category to another to make the payments.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-11, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time.
Okay.
Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-12, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Parks and Recreation budget by $8,000, revenues to come from Williamson County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Commissioner Cook.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Hayes. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, I don't know, who wants to speak to this, or all of you can?
I think we should let Commissioner Smith and Commissioner Hayes, because they're both on that committee.
All right. Ladies first, Judy.
These seniors, Senior Olympic Committee, they come here every year for their senior Olympic program. They love it here. We bid for them to come, and we are putting the money back in to the Parks and Recreation for them to handle and take care of the programs. They do such an excellent program. The CVB does work with them, but we're giving them the money to, as we promised earlier, for them to contribute to do their program. And I'm sure Steve has some other comments.
Thank you, Commissioner. Mr. Chairman, I would just echo what Commissioner Hayes has said. We're very grateful to the Parks and Rec Department for all the effort they put into this event each year. It brings a large group of people to our community, and they enjoy being here and staying here, and they come from all over the state. And so it's a great program for our community around the state. And I just want to thank Doug and his group at Parks Department for all they do.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? I see none. You ready to vote? If you're in favor of Resolution 61412, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61413, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-2014 library budget by $36,016, revenues to come from library fines. Commissioner Barnwell?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Green, the second. Library Board?
5-4-0 against.
Budget Committee?
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, these are fines that have been received from individuals which can be utilized for library collections and services. This just allows us now to spend the money that these money's been received. Wasn't in the budget.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61413, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61414, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 animal control budget by $496, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Hancock?
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Hayes, the second. Public Health Committee, did it go to there?
4 in favor, 0 against.
Oh, okay. Budget Committee?
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
This is just appropriating the money so that there was a donation so that it can be spent.
All right.
For the ASPCA, Rachel.
Okay.
Ray, 100,000 K.
Okay. Any discussion? Commissioner Hayes?
I might say that we had our kickoff Saturday morning, or Saturday from 11 to 3. It was well attended. The press was there, gave us good coverage. And because of that kickoff and the Rachel Ray Challenge, 18 animals had new forever homes at the end of the day on Saturday. So we've already started, and we would appreciate any help you can give, and go and adopt.
Any other comments? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61414, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61415, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 medical examiner's budget by $14,000, revenues to come from unappropriated county general funds. Commissioner Hancock?
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Herbert, the second. Public Health Committee?
4 in favor, 0 against.
Budget Committee?
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, it appears that the medical examiner is going to need some more funds. That we budgeted for 54 cases for the year, and I think they've already experienced, when this committee met, 51. So we need to prepare for the future if there's any more.
All right. Any questions? Discussion? See none. If you're in favor of 61415, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-4, resolution to authorize the amendment to raise the building codes inspection fee. Commissioner Little.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Wilson, the second. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, the county mayor has asked all departments to examine and see where they might can increase fees. And the planning office has decided these fees haven't changed since 1980, and are moving to move the inspection fees from 25 to 50 and move re-inspections from 25 to 100.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-4, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Thank you. 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-16, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding between Williamson County, Tennessee and the City of Franklin for the joint cooperation in the selection of a firm to conduct the audit of the Cool Springs Conference Center. Commissioner Danner.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Tax Study Committee.
4-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Danner.
This is a memorandum of understanding between us and Franklin that basically just gives us a seat at the table in helping to select the audit company, which is a good thing.
Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-16, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no. Resolution
passes. Resolution 614-17, resolution authorizing the county mayor to enter into a 2014-15 contractual agreement with the state of Tennessee for $1,105,200 for local health services. Commissioner Hancock.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Hayes, the second. Public Health Committee.
4 in favor, 0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
Yes, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, as we all know, the health services are funded by the state, and this money is coming from the state and just codifies them getting it in their budget so they can operate.
All right. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-17, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-18, resolution to authorize the establishment and assessment of fees collected by the Williamson County Animal Control Department. Commissioner Hancock.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Hayes, the second. Public Health Committee.
4 in favor, 0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is to somewhat bring the fees up to date, get them in line with what other agencies are charging, and pretty much establish so that everyone will know what the fees are for the various functions of Animal Control Department.
All right. Any discussion? Commissioner Hayes?
I would say Mark is here. Do you have any discussion or any questions? I also would like to bring your attention to the handout that I asked them to provide. You will see the May figures brings our dog euthanasia rate down to 3%, our cat euthanasia rate down to 8.2%, and the total to the year-to-date euthanasia rate is 8.2, with the dogs and cats for May being 5.8. People, that's unheard of for a shelter of our size in our community, for an open end where we don't refuse anything. So that's no-kill area, so we're so proud of that. And I wanted you to draw your attention to that it is well worth your support.
All right. Any further comments, discussion?
And I will say our director is back after a 3-week maternity. She was so anxious to get back. She only took 3 weeks for a bouncing baby girl that she has brought to our meetings.
Commissioner Brockman?
Just 2 quick questions. Small animal adoption fee not included cats or dogs? What am I missing here? What is it? A hamster?
Right. That's one thing we need to bring to mind. We do
Okay.
get a lot of small animals. The dog and cat fees were established. We get ferrets, we get rabbits, we get little guinea pigs, we get all kinds of birds. One time we had some white rats. We've had all kinds of little animals, and nothing has really been set as a fee before. So we have skunks, but by state
I
law,
will
we
say
don't.
that I am
state law,
familiar
we
with
don't
the
do that.
skunk trapping, because the deal is you go there, you give them the $50 deposit, you got to go trap that skunk. But, whew, yeah, it's, yeah.
They do
quite a thing.
provide boxes that you can trap your own humanely.
Yes, they do.
And bring to
Mhm.
right.
It's one tricky little deal.
Thank you for your support.
Skunk is a skunk.
Endeavor, yeah. Mhm.
The ones that put down are safe.
Better off.
Space now.
Any more skunk talk?
We've stunk it up enough.
There you go. You ready to vote? Commissioner Herbert?
Yeah, I did have a question for Commissioner Hayes. Are some of the dogs that are put down, are they some of the dogs that are ill dogs that are not,
May
too
I,
sick?
may I answer that? And Mark may too. We do not euthanize anything that is not either sick or has severe behavioral problem. We do not euthanize for space anymore at all. So yes, the answer would be, here it would be either the sick animals, that it's the humane thing to do, or a severe behavioral problem where there's been bites and it's not adoptable. So thank you for the question.
Ready to vote? If you're in favor of Resolution 614-18, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Okay. 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution authorizing the continued organizations and administration of the emergency medical services and related community services. Commissioner Ricky Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Law enforcement.
4 in favor, 0 against.
Public health.
4 in favor, 0 against.
Budget committee.
3 for, 0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This resolution is basically the same as we've had before, but it just cleans up some language. And I'm sure if you have any questions, we have some people that'll speak to that for you.
All right. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 614-19, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 614-21, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to enter into an interlocal agreement between Williamson County, Tennessee and the town of Thompson Station for the provision of law enforcement coverage. Commissioner Ricky Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Town of Thompson Station approved it 4-0 against and 1 abstention. Law Enforcement Committee.
4 in favor, 0 against.
Human Resources Committee.
That would be me. That would be 4-0 against.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
The town of Thompson Station, I think, approached the sheriff. The sheriff was here earlier, but he may have had to leave. But the town of Thompson Station approached them about some extra protection. And they've agreed to donate $50,000 and a Chevrolet Impala. And I think I understand that if this officer will be on duty, if he needs to be called someplace else in the county, he can. And if this donation ceases, this position will probably cease also.
All right, any discussion? I need to stand corrected. I said there was a abstention, but one of the commissioners in Thompson Station, or Board of Mayor and Alderman, was absent, so I misspoke there. And also they're donating a Chevrolet Impala. Too, so
Yes.
if you didn't say that. All right, any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 6-1421, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 6-1422, resolution declaring certain Williamson County owned property and equipment surplus property and authorizing the sale of the property and equipment. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Property Committee.
4-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
These are lighting that we removed, I believe, out of a gymnasium, and just trying to get the most money for the lights. The lights are still in good working order. We just changed them out to save money, and we'll definitely save money from what I know about the lighting.
All right. Any questions? I see none. You in favor of Resolution 6-1422, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Cheryl? Oh, she's ready. Commissioner Hancock? He's gone.
He's out.
Hancock.
Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Cheryl, okay.
Do you have it locked down, Ash? Oh, okay.
19 yes.
Resolution passes. Resolution 6-1423, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the Williamson County chapter of the American Red Cross for office space in the County Community Services Building. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Green, the second. Property Committee.
4-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is a agreement that we do every year with several different people that lease space. You'll see several more coming. It's just we have to do it every 5 years, I believe now.
All right. Commissioner Danner.
Yeah, and I apologize, I wasn't able to make the Budget Committee meeting, and this question may have already been asked, but two questions. Are these the same organizations that we also subsidize with county tax dollars?
Good.
Anyone? Mayor?
Commissioner, one more time with your question.
Just two questions. Are these the same, leasing this space to these organizations, are all of these also subsidized by the county tax dollars?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. If you're speaking about the whole gamut all the way down through 6-14-34.
Yeah.
Oh, let me give you a little history, if I can, on all of these. Over a period of years, and I do mean years, and I know this has been brought up in the past, some of the organizations over a period of time, the commissioners felt like they couldn't pay a heavy amount for the rent or the lease that the location they had. They'd rather their operating funds go into running their program. So in the different areas, some of them, and I think you're on, I was in the back, so I did lose.
Red Cross.
Red Cross. The Red Cross used to have more space than they currently did. They paid so much per square foot. They came and wanted their rent reduced. Early on in my first 40-year term, I said, be glad to. How much space do you want to give up? And so that's how that got to that figure. So it does vary. There's a couple in there at $1 a year,
Yeah.
$10 a year. It varies all over the board. Some of those organizations do struggle to keep their ends up. I will say to you, though, during 5 years ago, if somebody would help me out when we went through the recession, we did cut back on a lot of these organizations. They had to participate just like our departments did. If we said we were going to have a 5% cut, they had to give a 5% cut. So we've tried to treat them fairly. All of them could be evaluated. If we had 13 votes, we can do anything. It's just very difficult to move off from some of them.
Yeah. Thank you. That was my next question, was what were the lease amounts? I remembered that some of them were really, really low. And again, I don't have any problem with leasing government space, these organizations. I do hope, though, that in the future commission, there might be some brave enough commissioners to form a committee and take another look at this now that we're in better economic times, and our private sector is very robust and can maybe support some of these organizations without taking county tax dollars. Thank you, Mayor.
Mm-hmm. I think if I could follow up with the Commissioner, you know, we've got like an organization, the Senior Citizens, we've got the J.L. Clay, we've got the Hillsborough, we've got several of them. Some of them raise funds, some of them don't. Some of them use our facilities and pay, some don't. They're all over the board. And we've tried to stabilize those, but it's a very, very difficult thing to do.
I understand. And all great organizations.
All right. If you're ready to vote, and I might add, all of these next resolutions, I believe to 34, are renewals for a new 5-year term. So, if you're in favor of Resolution 61423, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61424, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the College Grove Senior Citizens. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Wilson, the second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is the senior citizens in the College Grove area, and it was brought up in the committee. If you hadn't been out there, go see them. They enjoy having visitors.
They have a great program.
Any further questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61424, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution 61425, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the Hillsborough Senior Citizens. Commissioner Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Judy Herbert is second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
Yes, this is in the Hillsborough community, senior citizens, same as last.
All right. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61425, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Ms. Brown. Thank you. 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61426, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with Community Child Care for office space in the County Community Service Building. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Hayes, the second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against as amended, but I now understand the amendment's not necessary.
I think that's correct. All right. Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is just community child care, I guess for the needy, for lack of better, so people can go work.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61426, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61427, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with Waves Incorporated. Commissioner Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Who's that? Commissioner Hester. Second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is the Waves Incorporated in Fairview, and I might add a lot of these are in old school buildings that's turned into rec centers. So if they're not being used, for lack of better terms, they'd just be sitting empty.
All right. Any further questions? Commissioner Hester?
I just wanted to say that these folks who are here at this Waves facility volunteer with Meals on Wheels. They do a great job for the community. It'd be a great place to go and visit if you're out in the Fairview area.
All right. Thank you. Any further questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61427, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61428, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with Waves Incorporated. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Hester. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is Waves on Brookwood Avenue, same
Okay.
organization.
Commissioner Hester.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This again is an area where we have individuals with Waves who are taught how to do volunteer work. They're also given job training, and this is a situation where we have parents who can pursue employment because there is a place for their family members to go to during the day. Thank you.
Any other discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61428, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21, excuse me, 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61429, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with Community Housing Partnership of Williamson County Incorporated for office space in the County Community Service Building. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against as amended. Understand now the amendment's not necessary.
All right.
No, we need this amendment.
Oh, we do need this one?
Yes,
sir. Okay, in that case, I'd like to amend it that the reference to Suite 128 be changed to Suite 124.
Second.
All right. We'll voice vote that. All in favor of Commissioner Little's amendment? Well, I need a second.
Second.
Oh, got one. Okay. All in favor of the amendment on the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, now back to the main resolution, 61429 as amended. Commissioner Jones, you want to speak to that?
It's basically the same thing.
All right.
Y'all probably get tired of me talking.
Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61429 as amended, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61430, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the Literacy Council of Williamson County for office space in the County Community Services Building. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Wilson, the second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
Same thing, Literacy Council.
All right. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61430, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Okay, 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61431, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the Williamson County Council on Drug and Alcohol Abuse Prevention for office space in the County Community Services Building. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Other Jones. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Dwight.
This is alcohol abuse, or drug and alcohol abuse prevention.
Okay. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61431, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61432, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the J.L. Clay Senior Citizen Center for use of the structure at 420 Bridge Street, Franklin, Tennessee. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Barnwell, the second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is the J.L. Clay Senior Center, currently on Bridge Street. Hope eventually be moving to the old BGA campus. Might recoup some of the costs eventually, or put somebody else in it.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61432, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61433, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the Bethesda Senior Citizen Center. Commissioner Dwight Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Hester, the second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is the Bethesda Senior Citizen Center.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61433, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 61434, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the Boys and Girls Club of Franklin, Williamson County for space in the County Community Services Building. Commissioner Jones.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Property Committee.
4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
3-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Jones.
This is the Boys and Girls Club of Franklin, Williamson County.
All right. Any discussion, questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 61434, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
This concludes the agenda. I say, Commissioner Hester.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to personally thank the Highway Department this past week on Henpeck Lane and Oakwood Road in the 2nd District, my district, and Commissioner Herbert, Commissioner Hancock. We had a straight line winds or a tornado, but the Highway Department did a great job. Henpeck Lane was impassable, Oakwood Road also, but they got out there and they got the job done. It's.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilson, did you have something?
One last comment as we close. All of the organizations that we recently have gone through as far as rental purposes, I was privileged enough to be on United Way board. And I want to challenge all of you to go to each of these organizations, just impromptu, stop by, go by and visit and realize what each one of these wonderful organizations do to, and help support our people. Being on a appropriations committee helped a lot for me to see where the money actually goes, and I think we're missing a wonderful opportunity by not going to at least see what these organizations do, and I appreciate all of your support.
All right. Thank you. Any other comments, discussion? I see none. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. We are adjourned. Thank you.